All right. Shalom. I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Maharakah, Dash. I want to say double honor to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone for teaching his word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching and prophesying in the name of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Hey, this is the brother Gabar Yahweh Duff from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another quick lesson. Today's lesson is entitled Esau, You Can't Erase History. And this comes off the today's article, about it says racist Teddy Roosevelt statue removed in New York from the Independent. All right, and I have an article right here. It says Roosevelt statue to be removed from Museum of Natural History. The equestrian memorial to Theodore Roosevelt has long prompted objections as a symbol of colonialism and racism. All right, and this just Esau trying to erase his history, just like you got this Ron DeSantis. He's the governor of Florida. He wants to create a bill. He's pushing a Florida bill to protect white people from guilt about racist past. See, because these Edomites, they could benefit off of their racist past. They can benefit off of their evil and their destruction. But once the truth comes out about it, they can't deal with it. And they've been in power for a while, so they've been controlling the narrative. When you're in power, you can control the narrative. You can push your lies, you can push your deception amongst the people because you're in power. But we're in a time where Esau's power is waning. His power is lessening, okay, because his kingdom is going down. And Yahweh Shai is taking it from him. And so not only are these other nations seeing Esau's shame, but we're seeing his shame. Real quick, this is Lamentation, chapter 4, verse 21. The Spirit just jumped on me to get this. Lamentations 4 and 21. All right? And it says, Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. Who is the daughter of Edom? The so-called white man. He's not white. He's a nation of East Edom. All right? That dwelleth, and then those that go back to him, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. America is the modern day land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt be made naked. And when you're made naked, that's people can see your nakedness. They can see where you went off at. They can see your the evil that you've done. All right, because for so long Esau's wickedness has been hidden in plain sight, but it's been hidden, and now people seeing their nakedness, their sins. Okay, people are seeing their sins. That's what the Lord told Esau. Yeah, you need to rejoice and be glad, because the cup also shall pass through unto thee. Right, because it was a time where the world saw our nakedness, all the evil that we perpetrated against our power, Yahweh Shai, and the Lord destroyed us for that, took us down, and the nations saw it, and they knew why we were in the position that we were in, but they didn't tell Jake, especially when we got into this last captivity. They just, it was the so-called white man's strength and his intellect and his prowess that got him what he got. But now the truth is coming out about a lot of this stuff, because see, for so long we've been spoon-fed in these so-called schools of education, which it ain't really no education, it's just indoctrination. And we've been spoon-fed lies and lies and lies about, how Esau got this country, how Esau established this country. Okay, who it was established for? Because you still got Jakes out here right now. You still got Jakes out here right now talking about this their country. You got Israelites out here right now talking about their government. But this ain't our place. This is Esau's place. And now he's trying to do things to what? To cover his ass. You got the nigger woman behind him, the white woman behind him, because they're all entangled together. All right, they're all entangled together, trying to hide his deceit. But you can't erase the past. You cannot erase the past. That's why the Lord said, Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. That's us. We're the daughter of Zion. And this, what we're going through, this is nothing more than punishment. It's education, it's punishment, it's an opportunity to repent, it's judgment. But for Esau, he's done. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. So after this is up, we as a nation will never go through another captivity again. On top of the fact we're going to all be righteous. So we're not going to be able to sin. We never going to be carried into captivity again. Because that's the reason why we were carried into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. All right? There's another scripture real quick. Jumped in my head. Obadiah. Go to Obadiah chapter 1 verse 6. And it says, how are the things that Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Right? Because a lot of the stuff that Esau has done has been hidden. You know, these elite families, their ties to the slavery of the Israelites here in America. Okay, to the destruction of the Israelites here in America and abroad. A lot of that stuff was hidden till the internet came. And then the apostles started broadcasting the word of Yahweh Bashim Shai, and Jake started waking up. And not only do we look at things in the scriptures, but we compare it to things that are happening in the past, present, and it's going to happen in the future. And you Edomites, you're on the chopping block. And now you want to try to create a bill to do what? Ron DeSantis pushes Florida bill to protect white people from about racist guilt.
We have legislators, but today we are going to be introducing to the public, and we have legislators who are going to help us with this, a new piece of legislation for the upcoming legislative session called Stop Wrongs Against Our Kids and Employees Act, the Stop Woke Act. And it's something that...
The Stop Woke Act, which these people in this world, they're not woke. They're not woke. You know, the nigga woman is behind us and Stop Woke. They all want you to stay asleep. And they're tearing down your monuments of glory, which are really monuments of shame. And like I was watching Elder Yashawamba video earlier on this same subject, and he mentioned how this one particular statue, where is it at? This statue right here, is represented all throughout the scriptures, man. All throughout the scriptures. This literally represents the house of Edom over the house of Israel. Both houses of Israel, Judah and Ephraim, man. Gad is part of Ephraim. Judah is the head of the 12 tribes. And then you got a servant, an Edomite, triumphantly being raised on a horse, which is what? A symbol of power. That's why he's over them. And they're trying to hide. They're trying to seek deep to hide their iniquity, man.
And this will do a number of things that are very important. One, it will put into statute the Department of Education's prohibition on CRT in K through 12 schools. No taxpayer dollars should be used to teach our kids to hate our country or to hate each other.
Yeah, but your education system taught us to love you. You see, these Edomites, a lot of people think that, hey, the way to get at an Edomite is to do what an Edomite does. Get carnal and all that other wickedness. Nah. All you got to do is hit him with the truth. And either they'll scatter, they'll bug out, they'll lose their composure, they'll create dumbass laws to protect them from the truth. What is CRT? What is that? What is critical race theory? It is a cross-disciplinary intellectual and social movement of civil rights scholars and activists who seek to examine the intersection of race and law in the United States and challenge mainstream American liberal approaches to racial justice. Okay? It says CRT began in the United States in the post-civil rights era. In the 1960s, landmark civil rights laws were being eroded. Schools were being resegregated Yep. That's why Martin Luther King walked Jake into a burning building, because integration didn't help our people. With racial inequalities persisting even after civil rights legislation was enacted, yeah, because how did they segregate Jakes from going to these Edomite schools? You had to go to school wherever you lived at. You can't be bused outside of your school area, and they made it illegal for Israelites to go to these Edomite schools who were better funded, who were better qualified to teach certain things. They had better academics, all of that shit. So to keep you out, you got to go to school in your area. But what do they teach you in these schools? A bunch of nonsense, man. So integration was a damn failure. The civil rights era was a failure for the Israelites. It was a success for Esau because he could now put it on the books. He can segregate you by books. So with racial inequalities persisting even after the civil rights legislation was enacted, CRT scholars in the 1970s and 1980s began working and expanding critical legal studies, CLS, therefore theories in class, economic structure, and law to examine the role of U.S. law perpetuating racism. So why is this crap? See, this is crap to an Edomite. See, the devil wants you to think that everything is equal for you, that you could prosper in this world. You see a pocket of Israelites wealthy in this society, and you think that, oh, everybody can make it, not understanding that there's always been wealthy pockets of Israelites in every captivity we've always been in. But these people, they work for these Israelites I'm speaking about right now. They work for and they support the system. They're working in a system that's not their own. They don't care about sovereignty. All they care about is themselves. So when you see these individuals and the people that are people in 2022 uphold these bullshit ass entertainers, people who shuck and jive, or Olympians, people who fight and run across fields and shit. These are your heroes. These are the people that you want to be like. Then there's a whole group of Israelites that are in finance, that are in construction, that are in oil, all this shit you don't even know about. And them niggas ain't trying to put you on unless you go through their circles. And they all about Esau. They all about upholding Esau. Again, they working within a system that's not their own. And so these Edomites, they're trying to hide this shit. So what? You create laws against critical race theory. See, critical race theory is not just about making white people feel guilty about their racist past. It's to show you that how racism is entangled in all of their areas of thought, including justice, so-called justice. So it says, CRT, a framework of analysis grounded in critical theory, originated in the mid-1970s writings of several American legal scholars, including Derek Bell, Alan Freeman, Kimberly Crenshaw, blah, 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 blah. It says CRT draws from a work of thinkers such as Antonio Gramsci, Sojourner Truth, Frederick Douglass, W.E.B. Du Bois, a bunch of sellouts, as well as the Black Power, Chicano, and radical feminism movements from the 1960s and 70s. A key CRT concept is intersectionality, which is an analytical framework for understanding how aspects of a person's social and political identities combine to create different modes of discrimination and privilege. And that's all they're talking about. And you don't want to, it says CRT scholars argue that the idea of race advances the interests of white people at the expense of other people, at the expense of people of color. And it did. You Edomites, you got this world, you got your status in this country through the blood, sweat, and tears of the Israelites. You advance your society off the Israelites, man. That's a known fact. Again, Obadiah 1 and 6. How are the things that Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Right? Because you ain't never been taught how the truth of this place. No Jake in these colleges, these schools, none of that. Nahum 3 and 1 says what? Woe to the bloody city, it is full of lies and robbery, and the prey departeth not. Right? This place is full of lies and robbery, And the prey, who are the prey? We, the Israelites, are the prey. We ain't depart. We still here. And we being preyed upon by our enemy, our main enemy, the so-called white man, the Edomites, man.
And so we are going to be including in this legislation giving parents a private right of action to be able to enforce the prohibition on CRT, and they get to recover attorney's fees when they prevail, which is very important.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Let's make it law. Let's put it in law. Governor Ron DeSantis' attempt to ban critical race theory in Florida moved forward on Tuesday as an education panel gave first approval to the bill that will prohibit schools and private businesses from making people feel guilt about the country's racist past. And see, that's the thing. Esau, he doesn't want to come face to face with the truth because he's not a man of truth. He's a man of lies. And then you put these statues up all across this country and around the world. Because anytime you see a statue of an Edomite, he was a despot. He wasn't a righteous man. He was a real thug. Okay? Slakia. So every Edomite you see in this country that's exalted, whether it be statues of Robert S. Lee, whatever his name is, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, and they got huge monuments built to these devils as if they are somebody that has done nothing but exude righteousness. And it wasn't just Theodore Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt, I think he fought in the Civil War, if I'm not mistaken. And no, it might have been Grant, not him. It was Grant. I think he go back to one of them people. Theodore Roosevelt. Let's see. I always get him and Grant mixed up because he kind of look alike. So this devil was born in 1858. It's he ain't fighting a civil war. He was an American politician. Died in 1919. He was an American politician, statesman, conservationalist. I don't know what that is. Naturalist, a historian, and a writer who served as the 26th president of the United States. He previously served as the 25th vice president under William McKinley, and as the 33rd governor of New York. Yeah, he was a high-level Mason too. Yeah, he was a high-level Mason too. But this devil, see, when you see a nigga like this, you think, oh man, such a sweet child. This man's Satan. It was Satan, man. All right? And he was in a taxidermy, cutting up animals and hanging them on walls. He was a nasty man. He was a demon. Look, killing Jake and then got the audacity to put on our clothes, man. You know? Because he got fringes on his clothes, but this nigga was not thinking about the laws of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. But why could he do such a thing? Because he took Jake over. He helped take Jake over. He helped take Jake over. It says Roosevelt as Badlands hunters. What is Badlands are a type of dry terrain wearing softer sedimentary rock and clay-rich soil, blah, 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 blah. Doing what an Edomite do, hunt. Yeah, so you exalt these men, and then, these are the type of people that are exalted in this country. A bunch of demons, even the women. And this being shown, and now you think taking out a statue is going to eliminate that. Nah, the Most High said this, man. He required that which is in the past, man. This is Ecclesiastes 1 and this is Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. It says that which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been, and the Most High requireth that which is past. So you Edomites, a lot of shit you did in the past, you trying to hide it, but you don't understand. You trying to hide it and forget it. And you think that you can write a bill or you can take a statue down and that's going to erase all the wickedness you've done to the children of Israel. And never mind these other nations, but to the children of Israel, the Most High's people you destroyed. And you think that somehow, some way is going to alleviate that. See, in a righteous society, you don't have to create a bill. You don't have to create a bill to stop people from telling the truth or learning about the truth. You don't have to do that because truth is paramount. It's always going to be here, no matter what you do. But that's what an Edomite do. He complained of an ungodly father. This is Sirach 41:7. It says the children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall be reproached for his sake. And these Edomites, they're being reproached for their forefathers' sake, man. That's what's happening. And they don't like it. They don't like it. They can't handle it. They can't handle it. So they can't handle it. So what do? They'll create these bullshit ass laws, you know. They'll create these bullshit ass laws, all right, set themselves up and try to look, this nigga 43, this nigga look like he about 50 something. Shit, I'm 42, I don't look like this. This nigga look through, man. 43 years old, and this man look old as shit, man. And he looks like a piece of shit. He's Italian, as his great-grandmother and great-grandfather were from Italy. His great-grandfather, Salvatore Stortori, immigrated to the United States, eventually settling in Pennsylvania, U.S. So he's both, it says, grandmother, yes, moved to the U.S. to be with both her husband. They said his mother was a nurse. His father installed Nielsen TV waiting boxes. They just set people up in office. And this nigga went to, after graduating from Dunley High, DeSantis attended Yale University. Yeah, and this nigga's probably part of the Skull and Bones, man. He's an insider, man. But these Edomites, they try to hide what they've done. This Proverbs 17:9. He that covereth a transgression seeketh love, but he that repeateth a matter separateth very friends, man. And that's what Esau is trying to do. He's trying to cover his transgressions. So he's trying to seek love. Can you believe? And I can believe the nigga woman and looking at the white woman standing next to this man in joy of stop the woke act. Because Esau wants you to sleep. It ain't no once you start digging, oh, you ain't even got to dig that deep. The truth going to come out about this devil, man. And that's what he doesn't like. That's what he fight against, man. He's adverse to the truth. Let's go back to Sirach 41:7 real quick. Sirach 41:7. The children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall be reproached for his sake. Woe be unto you ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High. For if you increase, it shall be to your destruction. Exactly. And there's no man on the earth more ungodly than Esau, man. Old, present, and future. You all are the same. You know? This is Habakkuk 2:15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth the bottle to him and maketh him drunken. Also that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Says, thou art filled, Salaki. Just bear with me. This is Habakkuk 2:16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. And we know that shameful spewing is disgrace. Okay? Because so long this man has been in power, he's been able to hide the truth of how he obtained the things he obtained, the power that he's obtained, you know, his evil works that he's done in the world, he's been able to hide, you know, through weak individuals that work for him, of the other nations, including Israel. of his controlling the narrative. That's why these Edomites, when they walk up on you and you out there preaching and teaching, what do they try to do? They try to gain some type of foothold in the conversation to control it, and they don't control the narrative. You can't control the narrative of Yahweh Shem Shai. See, they can control the narrative in this world. That's why you don't see the men of truth, the men of Yahweh Shem Shai on the daily news or on these. They don't come down and speak to Jake to hear the whole truth, unless they're trying to demonize you. Why? Because this man, he's adverse to the truth, and he knows that a shameful spewing shall be on his glory, man. Everything that you got, you stole it. Everything. If it's not Petra, if it's not Mount Seir, you stole it. Because don't none of this other stuff belong to you. You had to kill, steal, and destroy and lie and use deception. And your greatest tool outside of the sword is deception. Psalms 58:1. Do ye indeed speak righteous? The chief musician, Altashith, Mitcham of David. Do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O sons of men? Yea, in heart ye work wickedness. Yea, in heart ye work wickedness. Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. And that's what they do. Soon as they be born, they're just a terrible people, man. In the violence of their earth, they weigh the violence of their hands in the earth, and you can see it everywhere they go. They kill, destroy, and lie. Everywhere Esau has went to, man. And then he'll take your culture, put it on himself, and claim that he's these people. That he's not. And it's evident in the earth. Wherever this man is going in the earth, he takes peace away, and people start killing each other, man. That's in the scriptures. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like a deaf adder that stoppeth their ear, and which will not hearken to the voice of the charmers, charming never so wisely. And that's who the charmers we are. And they stop their ears to the truth. That's why they got something called the Stop Woke Act. That's why they try to delete some history. They try if these niggas had a delete button, that delete button be black as shit and broke, man. Be covered with their blood, trying to delete everything, man. When they know that the man is, the Yahweh Shai is coming, Yahweh Shai is coming in. Here Esau, he's trying to delete all his information and trying to delete it and trying to burn the paperwork, man. Have you ever see Edomites when the SCC come down on these hedge fund people? What are they doing, man? They're trying to delete all of their dirt, man. You know, trying to get rid of it, man. You know, but you can't delete history. You can't delete the truth. You can't delete the past. You cannot delete history, Esau. No matter what you do. Yeah, you might not teach it to the masses, but those of the elect gonna know. And this is why what's this dude name? One of the Rockefellers, Jay Rockefeller. He said the internet should have never been created, man. He was at a cybersecurity meeting, and he said the internet should have never been created. Why is he saying that? Not because of cyber attacks, because of truth, man. The truth is out. It's Psalm 73:5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain. Violence covered them as a garment. That's right, man. And you can see it on his devil face, man. You see the pride on this devil as he create this bullshit ass act. And he got these simple ass women behind him. He got his woman on his right, and he got his other woman on his left. The nigger woman and the so-called white woman. And himself. All three, bunch of the biggest liars on the planet Earth, man. You know, that pride it combats them as a chain, and they wear violence as a garment, man. Like a puffy jacket, man. Okay? Isaiah 29. This is Isaiah 29:15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel, from the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us? Okay? Surely you turn the things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? And that's what Esau does. Oh, science, we were created out of a big blast and some amoebas, and the highest of all human on earth is a so-called white man. The apex of human evolution is a so-called white man. Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? And that's what Esau does. He really thinks that he can pull a wool over the Most High's eyes, man. He really believes this, man. We couldn't do it. You damn sure can't do it. You can do this stuff in the dark, but it's always going to come out in the light, man. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And that's what this is about. That's what these statues, him creating the white Christ. You know, see, 80 years ago, when they had this statue there, they were praising it. Look at these Edomites praising this shit. Praising it. They got the Pope out there. I mean, they got pastors and priests out there. Edomites out here taking pictures. They was anointing this statue. Now all of a sudden they want to take it down. Now they got to come down. Right? Because it's a symbol. This is a true symbol of Esau, Edom, the servant, and Israel walking as princes, walking as servants. Ecclesiastes 10:7. I've seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. Now this physically happened, but then this devil had the audacity to create a literal depiction of that. Servants, you Edomites, you're the servant. All you nations, you're the servants, man. Who are the princes? The Israelites, Judah, Ephraim, Gad. We're the princes. We're the princes of the power. But we're walking as servants, man. And this symbolized how they captured Judah and Israel. Okay? And they thought that they would be in a perpetual state of power. And now it's over, man. Because you think we're going to be taking statues down in the kingdom of heaven when these heathen nations get their land back? Hell no, nigga. Hell no. Ain't nothing coming down, bruh. You Edomites and you heathen nations going to know why you going into slavery. Unlike what happened to our people. You're going to know that it's payback. You're going to know what your position eternally is in the kingdom of heaven. It's nothing more than a servant whose life does not matter. But that don't mean we're going to fuck you up and just endlessly, man. Nah, man. You're going to be able to live, man. You're going to be all right after 1,000 years. But you're still going to know that you're nothing. You're less than nothing. And your life is worth nothing. And the Most High is not dealing with you. Psalms 12:8. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. And Theodore Roosevelt was a vile man. But yet he was exalted. And that's how you know the wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted, man. And that's what's going on right now. And they're trying to hide it again because their tool is in their tongue, man. That deception. Revelation 20:7. And when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. And when that happened during the Renaissance period, it shall go out to deceive the nations which are on the four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. And that's the Israelites, man. Starting off with Yahushua. And when you go into that word deceive, the Greek word there is planaho, and it says to cause astray, to lead astray. This is what they did. They deceived the whole world. It says to lead away from the truth, to lead into error, to deceive. And that's what these devils are doing. They're trying to use deception to lead people away from the truth. Stop woke act. You know, and then they'll put women, children in there and shit to try to get the strike at the people's hearts. You know? But the truth is out, man. And you can do nothing against the truth but for the truth. Okay? Hey, so with that, I would say shalom on to the next.